Hi, I hope you're doing well today. Today I want to talk on something that I just briefly mentioned in one of my testimony videos. I believe it was probably part one that I mentioned this. Um, and if you haven't gone and listened to that, then I suggest and recommend that you give that one a listen. So I should preface this by saying that when I got saved when I was at a very young age, at the age of 7 years old, I came to know Christ as my Savior. I was raised in a Christian home, went to church, all of that. Uh, but, then as I started to grow and got a little bit older and entered my tween years probably, I just started thinking and feeling that other people had better and more powerful testimonies than mine, and I felt like my testimony was just kind of boring and not moving or inspiring or powerful. And so, there were some decisions that I made because I felt that way that, now I regret. And, but I'm not really going to go into those details. I just wanted to speak on that, about speak to the people who have a testimony sort of like that, where they if you've come to know Jesus Christ as your Savior at a young age, and just now are starting to feel like your testimony is not as powerful as maybe somebody who fell into a life of sin and had a profound moment where the Lord came in and turned their whole life around, all of that. Because if you're saved at a young age, it's like 7, or like my daughter was saved at the age of 5. That's not even really very much time to make a lot of the horrible mistakes and all of that. So yeah, I really felt like I didn't have a powerful testimony, and I wanted that, and I felt like there was less value in my testimony because I was always saved since basically since I could remember. But I want to speak on that because I was very wrong. I've come to learn that everyone's testimony has a potency and has a powerfulness, but they have basically their target demographic, sort of, so to speak, because one person's testimony will speak in a different way to one person than it does to another person, and it will be more powerful or more potent, or less powerful or less potent to different people. And so the Lord can use our testimonies to speak to specific people, and convict in their hearts, to specific people based off of their experiences and their thoughts. And so somebody who has a testimony where they were saved at a young age can be very powerful, because now, as an older adult, and thinking about all of the years that I lost, and I squandered them. I could have been spending all of those years storing up treasures in heaven, you know, working for the Lord and doing the Lord's work, and bringing souls to God, you know, all of that. And I did not. And you know, that of course there's a level of shame that we carry in that, knowing, you know, we wasted those years when we could have been working for the Lord and allowing the Lord to work through us. And so somebody who is saved at a young age, they get a head start on that, you know. They get a head start on surrendering their life to the Lord, and they just have more time to just relish in His goodness and delight in Him and His good works in their life and His blessings. And so, you know, if that is a testimony that you have, please know that it is not in a just dull testimony. It is a powerful testimony, just as any other. Every testimony is powerful. Every testimony is can be used by the Lord to work in hearts and to bring people to Him. So never be ashamed or shy with your testimony. And I just pray that this blessed you. I pray that this video reaches those who need to hear it. And if you want to share your testimony in the comments, or even just parts of your testimony, you want to share what age you were when you were saved, anything like that, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear from you guys. And that's all I have for today, and I pray that you're blessed by this, and thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.